Roger Goodell has been the commissioner of the NFL for the last 10 years. And under his watch, the league is experiencing unprecedented success and also facing major criticism, as you know. Now Goodell is speaking out, and I had a chance to sit down with him during the sport's biggest week. When you see the number of concussions that are rising, you had more this year than last year. Is there anything more that the league can do?
The number of concussions went up this year, and they're going to go up and they're going to go down in any given season. But screenings went up by 108%. And also we saw more self-reporting from the players and teammates. That's what I call the culture change. Used to be, as you know, there was, well, it's just a ding. Those days are long gone. And that's a positive thing for our game.
I don't know if you had a chance yet to see the movie Concussion. The portrayal of the NFL, and of you in particular, it doesn't shed a good light on the league. How do you get past that perception that people have that the league hasn't been at the forefront, that you have not addressed this true issue that people are talking about with CTE and concussions?
Well, Robin, with facts. I think when you look what we've done over the last 10 years, we've had 40 different rule changes that are all designed on making the game safer. That didn't start the last 12 months. That started 10 years ago. We've invested in equipment changes. We're seeing safety changes to the turf, which I think will help on impacts, including head impacts on the turf. So all of these things are going to take hold, and they take time.
Kenny Stabler, we learned of his death this week, and it was determined that he had a severe case of CTE. Is there anything in hindsight that you look back and wish that the league had known more about?
If I'd known that, we could have done things different. We could have made more changes. But the league has a history of making changes to the rules and evolving the game, and we're leading the way. We're pioneering research. We're over $100 million in research that is going not just to make football safer. This is going to make all sports safer, the military safer, and quite frankly, will probably have an impact on brain disease in general.
If you had a son, would you want him to play football?
I would not only want him to play football, I would certainly encourage him to do it, and I would let him do it. I think there are tremendous values from playing the game of football. There are risks involved with anything in life, but what we need to do is make sure we show people how to get the most out of playing sports and do it safely.
Any disciplinary decisions that you have made to this point that you wish you could do over again?
Oh, sure. When our policies haven't met the types of standards that we think should be upheld, we acknowledge that in the domestic violence and sexual assault area. We changed that. We made changes to our personal conduct policy a year ago, December. And we had, in this past 12-month cycle, we had the lowest amount of arrests in the history of the NFL.
How do you respond to those players who feel you have too much power? Do you have too much power?
Well, I don't know what they mean by power. If they're talking about in the discipline, we collectively bargained that. And that's been in place for decades. The commissioners had authorities to protect the shield, to protect the integrity of the game, and do what's in the best interest of the game overall. I welcome all of you.
Quite an experience today with the Women's Summit. That was something new.
What we've seen is that there are young kids that aren't having the opportunity to play, and particularly young girls. And so we wanted to be able to focus on that in the Women's Summit today, to figure out how we can build more programs to allow more girls to participate and get those skills so that they can become leaders in society, whatever careers they may choose.
This as Catherine Smith was named the first full-time female coach for the Buffalo Bills just last month. Also making headlines, the Rooney rule in effect for women. What do you hope to accomplish with that?
Well, the Rooney rule was established probably 15 years ago to help us with diversity in all of our hirings, particularly in the coaching area. But we want to make sure that when we have an opening, we're going to make sure we not only have a diverse slate of candidates, but we also have women that we believe can do this job and give them the opportunity.
With the Rooney rule, we've seen there are now 5 African-American coaches, 1 Latino, Coach Rivera,
in the Super Bowl,
who is here in the Super Bowl. And some wonder, while it is absolutely progress, is there more to make sure that what you're hoping, that there could be more impact, that the results could be even better?
I always think diversity is still an issue, that we're not finished, we're not done. And so much of what we do is incomplete. So we're going to continue to make progress here.
With Super Bowl 50 just days away, I spoke with the commissioner about the big game. This year, battle of the quarterbacks. You have Peyton Manning, the old veteran.
Yeah.
And then I won't make you dab or anything. I won't make you do that.
You're better than I am. When I see a world that we live in right now where there's so much division, there's so much discourse and concern, the whole world is going to gather around the television sets this weekend around NFL football and the Super Bowl. And they're going to celebrate the game, and they're going to celebrate everyone coming together. When you can be involved with that, that's a good moment.
Brown.
Oh,
Yeah,
Did
celebrate the game.
Antonio Brown, teammate.
Oh, really?
Teammate.
Drew Brees here, J.J. Watt, Jesse Palmer. We're just talking a little Super Bowl here, and the commissioner was telling me about his favorite memories. My Super Bowl memory, what's mine? The Saints winning the Super Bowl down there. Yeah, I gotta say, I'm calling an audible here back in New York. I'm not feeling well, and I have to do something with the women's summit, so I'm going to hand off the ball to you, Drew, and JJ, and Jesse. Do well and bring us on home. And can I go long now?
Absolutely.
All right, I'll see you back in New York soon. Feel better.
What a move.
Still got the move.
I believe that's called juking.